In this film, we're going to make a massive difference to the sound of your choir very quickly by just focusing in on the vowel shapes that they make. It's very difficult because you simply can't see the vowels you're making, and if I could, I'd put mirrors on all of your chins, but we have a plan. So, what can we all understand? What can we all instantly visualize? We use light, and in this room, there's a light just out here, and it's got 4 flaps on it. Now, industry people might know those as barn doors, and they are used to make the light smaller, narrower, and to focus in on a particular position. Sounds perfectly like your lips and your tongue to me. So, my lovely assistants, Charles and Tom, are going to be those sideways and up and down flaps. Here they go. Here's the sideways flaps from Charles. And Tom is going to come and give Charles a nice hug and be the up and down flaps. This is your mouth and your tongue. And we're going to light the lovely Charlotte over here. And Emily, I'm going to be quizzing you. Is that okay?
Excellent, yep.
Quizzing you on what vowel shapes they look like. So, firstly, can you light Charlotte's tiny little nose? Look how beautiful it is. Even smaller, it's not that big. There we go. Good, lovely. So now we have a super, super beautiful beam of light just lighting the nose. If this is your lips and tongue, Emily, what vowel do you think that is?
Ooh.
Absolutely right. So it's an ooh vowel. Couldn't be simpler. Let's sing that, Charlotte. So for the first time, Charlotte's now thinking out of position. She's looking at something that she can instantly understand. As a conductor, if you were to make that position with some flap volunteers, it's going to make a big sound. Let's make it together. The 3 of us are visualizing the same position. Amazing stuff. Why don't we light the whole of Charlotte's, nothing to the left or right, just the whole of Charlotte, top and bottom. So Tom's moved, and now we have a long position. Let's try that with our mouths. What vowel do you think that is?
O.
O. Let's say it. Let's sing it. O. Fabulous. Let's try it as a 3. O. Now, occasionally that vowel is a little bit too wide and you can hear a bit of an R. So make sure your sideways flaps are nice and narrow. Let's try it again with a bit more narrowing. O. Perfect. Right, for this one, Emily, I need you in. Fantastic. We're going to light everything. So this should be simple. What vowel do you think that is?
Ah.
Ah, absolutely right. Let's all say it. Ah. And now let's all sing it. Ah. A quick fix, although some of your singers might accidentally be a little bit shallow with their top and bottom. So let's be nice and long with our top and bottom. Ah. That one worked so much better. Fantastic. This next one involves the heads of Emily and Charlotte. So Tom and Charles, can you light just the heads, a letterbox position? So nice and wide and nice and shallow. What vowel do you think that is?
I think this is quite easy because I think this is an E.
Aha, you see, most people think that because they go back to their childhood and think E, you and me. But actually, if we make that sound, it's very trapped and doesn't really go anywhere. Why don't we put our lips in those positions and say the sound that just comes out? Air, air. It's much closer to an air position. So let's try and sing that sound. Just Charlotte. Air. And now the 3 of us. Air. So we've got quite a clear air. Nice and simple, no problem at all. But Emily, you said E. We've got to find where the E is. And I know exactly where it is. Go back to Charlotte's beautiful nose. We know what that is. That's an ooh. So why don't we just make a tiny adjustment and light her head? So it's just behind an ooh. That's where we find our E. Let's try it. E. Fabulous. And she's thinking again of the position she can see. Let's try it. E. So there you have it. The vowels sorted because you visualized exactly the same position. So why don't we try this in context? And I think a perfect song to use is Jonathan Dove's Snow from the Friday afternoon series.
I know this one.
Perfect.
You ready? Softly like an answered prayer, silence falling from the air.
Well, loads of energy. She clearly loves it. But did you hear? There were so many unusual, unfocused vowels. No offence. So I think we should think about this vowel series by taking all the consonants out. And I'll demonstrate. Oh, yeah. So now by taking out all the consonants, we've removed all the complication and your singers can focus for the first time on just the vowels. And by using The hands of Tom and Charles, they've now got something they can see. Have a go, it'll make a massive difference.
Softly like an answered prayer,